Welcome back, y'all. Wendy Davis, some call her Abortion Barbie, for her 11-hour filibuster on the Texas Senate floor on an abortion bill. Now the Democrat contender for Texas governor is under fire for being less than truthful about her past. Much less than truthful, in fact. You see, Wen told the Dallas Morning News that she put herself through law school and lived in a trailer after her divorce. Turns out, according to anonymous sources, that story is far from accurate, pointing out that Ms. Davis lived in a mobile home for a, quote, few months, and about that very high-priced Harvard law degree. Apparently, it was financed by her very wealthy husband. Here's Dr. Charles Krauthammer's take.
Everybody tries to create, especially in America, tries to create a log cabin story, and this is her log cabin story. The problem, I think it was Larry Sabato who said, if you're going to create a narrative, that's perfectly okay, but make sure it's a real narrative. And she says her problem is a lack of tightness. It's an odd word. It's really a lack of truth.
So what is it with Democrats and the truth? Do their paths ever cross, Bob?
What is it about Democrats?
Okay. All right.
Is that what you just said?
Wendy Davis clearly made a name for herself when she did the filibuster on the abortion bill on the Texas Senate floor. And now we're finding out that her past may be nothing compared to what she said.
Well, not nothing. She said some things that she exaggerated her situation in a trailer park, and I understand that.
One.
And part of her education was paid for by a wealthy husband, too. Beyond that, if those are indictments for somebody's entire career, I find that a little bit difficult for me to accept. If that's the case, very few politicians would stand muster to that. I mean, I don't. Most of the politicians I had, as Krauthammer called a log cabin story, is true. I mean, a lot of them do create the log cabin, take the best points, and leave some of the worst ones behind. I don't think that's at all a disqualifier for her to be governor. And why is it, when you say why is it the Democrats, let me throw it back at you. Why is it Republicans, four of them that I knew when I was doing politics, who were anti-gay, who turned out to be gay?
All right. So, Greg, Wendy Davis said so her account of her past was a little loose.
Right, yeah. Her bio has more holes than a Pee Wee golf course, but she's a woman. So it's already started, the force field, when you criticized Obama, it was because you were racist. Now it's going to be, if you criticize her, it's because she's a woman, and that's going to help her win. This is what happened with Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren, the alleged Native American, I think her one toenail was Cherokee. It didn't matter. At the end, it didn't matter. She was elected because you come across as being sexist if you go after somebody. That's going to help her. I don't know, though, if her views on abortion are so extreme. I don't know if she's going to win.
Ange, what do you think of this? Is it okay for her to kind of change her past a little bit? Is that all right?
Fake it till you make it, right? So a lot of people do it because I guess they don't realize that things exist like Google. And if you're a liberal, you're not going to get called on it. I mean, really, the press was digging through Sarah Palin's dumpster to find something on her. They couldn't find it, so they made up their own story, right? Was the kid really hers? I mean, she was attacked for everything, even though she had a legitimate log cabin story. Here's my issue with the whole woman thing. Wendy Davis is being hailed as this feminist icon, a woman that every woman should look up to. And these are the messages that she's putting out there for women. And you know what? You can say, I hate women, all you liberal bloggers out there. Good luck with that one. Fake it till you make it. Let a man pay, right? You can't pay for your own education. Get a man to do it for you. There's a word for that. And then bailing on your children. Very important piece in the Washington Examiner from a woman named Ash Show that unearthed this little detail about Ms. Davis. This is her character. Everyone needs to know this. She said to her husband at the time, you know what, you'll make a good nurturing father. While I've been a good mother, it's not a good time for me right now. So she ditched her 14-year-old daughter, Eric, to put her own aspirations above her daughter. Fake it till you make it. Let a man pay. And then finally this. Bail on your children, born or unborn. Women do not listen to her.
You're buying into this right-wing rag, one woman saying this thing?
Bob, hold on. I want to get Dana
evidence
here. Dana, according to this account, Ms. Davis said about Greg Abbott, who she believes planted this story or released this.
Her opponent.
Her opponent. She said, he hasn't walked a day in my shoes. Can't walk.
Turns out he's in a wheelchair. Yes, that's probably not the best choice of words. She should tighten her language up so that she doesn't have another one of those loose lips problems. Here's my concern, though. The ferocity that the right has come after her about the holes in her story all plays right into the trap of what Elizabeth Warren did, which she said, then you are against women. Republicans that go right after her. Now, there are legitimate things to talk about here. But I think that if we, as a people, are going to actually have policy debates, I would actually be more concerned than what is she going to do in the state of Texas? What would she do differently? The abortion piece is one of them, but also economically. That state's doing so great. What would she do that would be different? How is she going to improve upon that? And one thing that you guys might not realize here, I actually was born in a log cabin.
Really?
On that note, we gotta go.